everyone. Happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great week. My husband and I watched the news for a couple minutes this morning, and it seems like the whole southern part of the United States is frozen. I love that there is an older gentleman in Houston. I think it was in Houston, who for the second time now has opened up his high-end furniture store to allow people in the community to come and sleep and be warm. And he feeds them. And when they come in, he gives them their own like sheet set. And then, like different families are like set up in like the different areas, and they have kitchen tables and everything else. So I love seeing humanity care well for each other. And speaking of care well for each other, that's what we do in the boot camp. So Dr. Whitney, thanks for joining me today.
Of course.
It's so nice to have you on. And so let's just start there. Like what's been your experience in how we care for each other in the 56-day chiropractic boot camp to double your business?
So I love that I have a safe space that I can go to literally with any question. It could be like a patient care problem, or it could be, hey, I don't know how to handle this thing that happened in the office, or hey, what's the best way to market? So I really just love that aspect of the boot camp, and everyone is just so welcoming, and they are there to help everybody. So I love that aspect, because sometimes you can get people with different minds in other types of groups, and I feel like this group is just so welcoming and positive, which is awesome.
I love that too. And I love that it's not like our tribe has never been one size fits all. Like you practice completely different from, Dr. Andrea, who practices in California, and different from Dr. Tiffany, who's in Florida. And yet there's so many similarities to business that we're all able to draw from in order to help one another. And one of the ways that we're all helping one another is our 90-day sprint challenge. So tell me about tell everyone why did you join this year?
So last year, I think I joined the boot camp, right after it started. So I just remember seeing like some posts in the group, and I was like, I wonder what this thing is. Like, it seems like everyone's like really excited about it. I don't know what it is. So it came up this year, and Dr. Molly, I've actually brought my dog to see her a couple times, and I saw she commented on Shauna's, and I was like, I want to be on Dr. Molly's team and see like what happens with this. And kind of with COVID, I just needed a little spark again to get myself going and get myself motivated. So
yeah, the sprint challenge last year, God had just impressed on me in 2019, like, let's do something really fun. As a community, we have a lot of collegiate athletes, actually even a couple of Olympians in the boot camp, and we all like some competition as well. Obviously, the boot camp has grown quite large, and so to give it like a little bit of that smaller feel, I developed the 90-day sprint challenge. And so what it is, for those who don't know, is I asked, this year we have 5 teams of 20 people per team. And so everyone gets on a team together, and they have a boot camp coach. So I chose 5 different boot campers to be coaches. And then I set up a point system. And the cool thing is it's nothing out of the ordinary for what you need to do in your practice, right? The things that we need to focus on, that I think a lot of times it's easy to stop focusing on the small details. And then before long, we've almost like come to a complete halt. And so the 90-day sprint challenge is just that. It's to come together to really focus on those things that build a really strong foundation in our practices. Even something like doing Facebook Lives, like it's a great way to notify your community of what you're doing and to build those relationships. And so the 90-day sprint challenge doesn't cost anything extra for boot campers. There's nothing extra that they have to do. It's just something that I developed in order to bring us all closer together. And you're on International Hustlers, right?
Yeah.
I love that team name. So Dr. Shauna McLean, who is been in the boot camp since its inception, pretty much. She is the coach of International Hustlers, and she developed that name because you guys have people on your team from South America, New Zealand, Australia, North America, and I think even Canada. So she named you guys the International Hustlers this year, which I absolutely love. Hey, Whitney, tell me, like, what kind of action and what's different in your practice since you joined the boot camp? For those who don't know you and maybe don't know that much about the boot camp, how has it impacted your practice? And beyond practice, like, what have you taken home with you that has changed?
So I would say a lot of systems have changed just because I'm a one-woman show, so I don't have any staff. I did just recently hire a virtual biller, which has been super helpful. But when I joined, I was kind of just at that standstill. Like, I was seeing the same amount of patients every single week and like just wasn't growing the way I wanted it to. So even just small marketing ideas have really helped me and let me know that it's okay to take breaks sometimes. Like, there are really good strategies to do that. And then taking a hold of social media in the correct way has been super helpful. And getting like testimonials has been huge. And basically everyone who comes, there's 4 chiropractors in the town I'm in, and I'll ask pretty much every time they come in, how did you find me? Oh, well, I Googled you and you had the most reviews. So taking a hold of testimonials and like just learning how to talk to patients in a way that doesn't seem like pushy, but also is going to help me out with like referrals and that kind of thing has been the most helpful, I think.
I love that. And you know, that's, I've always been known for like the all-in massive action, right? And sometimes I think individuals have mistakenly made up their own definition of what I'm saying. And that doesn't mean work yourself broke. Like, that doesn't mean work all the time. That simply means all-in massive action is consistency. Like, we've been working in the boot camp, and I've shared even live with many of you that if you make it your goal, the very first thing you do every day before you do a bunch of other things, and if that means you get to the office a little bit early, so be it. If you reach out to 5 potential new practice members every day, and those 5 potential new practice members can come from, so let's say Whitney is a member of my practice and I ask her for a referral. So through Whitney, I'm reaching a potential new practice member, somebody who's never been in my practice before. So 5 per day, 5 days a week, done consistently, all in massive action, leads to 12,000 potential new practice members in 1 year. Just 5 per day, 5 days a week leads to 12,000 new practice members in the next 365 days. And all of us would look at 12,000 new practice members and go, oh my goodness. But when we break it down and we're consistent with 5 a day, 5 days a week, and if only 25% of those 12,000 people said yes to themselves and committed to a care plan of a care average of $2,000 for the year, that's $6 million from just 5 per day. So let me ask you something. What are you staying consistent with now since you've been in the boot camp that you weren't before, that is just making practice more fun?
So I really like the whiteboard topics because that was something I didn't even think about, but it really gets patients engaged a little bit more, which I do love that. I'm also a lot more consistent with Facebook Lives. I was absolutely petrified of doing them before. And I stopped for a while before the 90-day sprint because I don't know, I just stopped. So this kind of kicked me back into that as well. And I think that helps a lot as well.
Absolutely. And just the reminder of, oh man, and not like beat ourselves up. I can't believe I stopped doing that. It's like, ooh, I'll just pick it up and continue on again. And that's another thing I love about the 90-day challenge is it's just reminding you of those consistent steps and to take every single day that we're in practice in order to change our community. And I don't have to really probably tell anyone this, like, now more than ever is the time for chiropractic. when I heard the fake news say today that now for the first time ever since World War II, the life expectancy in the United States has gone down. I'm like, only because you guys blame everything on a virus. But so now more than ever, people are terrified about their health. And so chiropractors, please step up and tell the truth about where does health and well-being come from. It's never come from the outside. It has always come from the inside. And listen, success takes root in the same manner, right? Success and health both come from within. So I have this up here because I am so excited to meet you face to face.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about next week?
I'm really excited that this is my first like in-person boot camp event. So I did the PEDS boot camp last year, but it was virtual. So it will be nice to connect faces to names that I've been seeing for a year now.
Right.
So I'm really excited to get together with some people, and I'm really trying to focus my practice a little bit more towards pediatrics and prenatal. So this is absolutely perfect for me. So I'm really excited to see what I can learn too.
I'm so excited to be together. And for those who have never done a boot camp event before, I got to tell you, you're missing out. Yeah, they're my events, but I'm just going to be straight up. You are missing out. They're like unlike anything else you've ever done before. Whether you're in the boot camp or not, you'll be welcomed and warm. Feel like you're part of all of us. If you are in the boot camp, then we have even extra special things planned at the 2 boot camp houses. We're doing slumber parties like we did last year. So I'm super pumped about that. And just to give you all a heads up about what I'll be sharing. So if I could show you a way to be able to identify what slows you down, what holds you back, like how to keep yourself motivated and focused forward, would that be of interest? For sure, right? Like how easy is it to get just like bogged down? And likewise, if not only you could see what is holding you back, what is bogging you down, what is causing the frustration, but if you were also able to understand why that also happens with your practice members, would that be of use? Absolutely. And then one last layer is also going to be on what do we do with this thing called guilt? Because whether you're a mom or a dad or without children yet, guilt comes into play, right? If I'm not in the office, I feel guilty, I'm not there. If I'm in the office, I feel guilty, I'm not home. I feel guilty, I'm not doing this. I feel guilty, I am doing that. And so we're going to really take a deep look at guilt. Why does that come up in our lives? And how can we look at it, tell the truth about it, and understand it so it doesn't have to be a prison? As well, I'm going to be teaching all of you really simple action-packed steps in order to bring families into your practice by the droves without spending a ton of money, but instead through my most favorite way, and that's through relationships. So Whitney, I am so excited to be with you next week, to be with the other boot campers, to be with other individuals who are joining us virtually and live. If you don't have your ticket yet, please grab it below. And Whitney, as we sign off, do you want to give a shout out to your team to encourage them, because they're all watching with us right now too?
Yes. Hi guys. We just had an awesome team meeting last night. So there was, Shauna had mentioned there was a baby goat at ours. So
oh, right on.
We have fun at our team meeting. So it was a really good meeting. I love having those ladies to talk to every week and put our brains together.
Very cool. All right. So for all of you, like, stay put for 1 second. I have a really cool outro that I want you to be able to see. You're the first ones getting to see it. Whitney, thank you so much for joining me today. God bless you all. Be safe, stay warm. And if you're in a snowy, slippery environment, shuffle your feet instead of taking a step. That's my tip.